just opened the door. You were stood frozen in front of the door of your apartment, keys in hand. That's all you had to do. Twist the knob, open the door. He'd be right there. Your eyes she. He would take one look at you and know exactly what to do to make you feel better. His love and comfort were a few steps away, and yet you couldn't bring yourself to do it. The day had beaten you down with more than what you thought possible. Every time you blinked, you could see the flash of bulbs near the shouts of reporters, or was it the screams from your rescue today? It was all starting to blend together. You were an open wound, pulsating and bleeding, vulnerable. How could you let your boyfriend see you like this? Weak and broken and barely holding it together. It wasn't just embarrassing, it was shameful. She had been living this life longer than you had. He had risen to heights you could only dream of, and he did it with ease. Meanwhile, a few months had left of you, a shell of yourself. You didn't know a hero could be this pathetic. Just as you were about to turn and walk away, the door swung open. Aishi's head was tilted to the side, his long crimson hair falling over his shoulders from his usual ponytail. You couldn't bring yourself to look at his eyes, afraid of what you'd find. You let your gaze drift upwards, focusing on the small scar above his eye. What if he was disappointed? Red Riot deserves a partner as strong as him, and you just did not fit the bill. Not anymore. I'm home. You willed, your voice did not shake as you crossed the doorway into his home. Baby, did you eat yet? I've been craving pizza from the place down the street. You should put in an order. Babe, or did you already cook? You're right, no point in spending money if we don't have to. His large hands fastened to your shoulders, spinning you until you were face to face with IG and being forced to stare into the eyes of the love of your life. Please talk to me. The beat of sounds as you bunched the front of his shirt into your fist, visions blurring from unspilled tears. Then, I'm so tired, IG. He wrapped his arms around you and you told him everything. What your agency had demanded of you. The unending stress, the poisonous thoughts that ate away at you every day. As she held you together through it all, clinging so hard you could feel his body shake as he spoke. We're gonna talk to your agency tomorrow. They're pushing their best hero too hard. We'll tell them to cut the publicity. The people already love you. You don't have to put up with this. You'll come with me? You sniffled. IG pulled back enough to cover your cheeks, lifting your head up until your watery eyes met his. Of course I will, he said, wiping your tears with his thumb. We're in this together. You don't have to go through this alone. You leaned into his touch, covering his hand with yours, marveling at the size difference. It never failed to fluster you how much bigger he was than you. Your definition of safety started and ended with these hands, with the man they belonged to, who loyalty etched his bones. He held you like you were something worth protecting. I don't deserve you, he said, kissing his rough palm. Don't ever say that. Don't ever say that. He leaned down until your foreheads pressed together and whispered, do you know how much you mean to me? I know. Well, then let me remind you anyway. And with that, he surged forward, closing the ever-shortening distance between you as his mouth closed over yours. Every kiss with IG was full of passion, even the chaste goodbyes you shared before heading to your work. But this one blew them away. He kissed you like he was trying to stitch together all your broken pieces. He kissed you as though you wouldn't mind if this moment lasted an eternity. He kissed you, and he kissed you, and he kissed you. And with everything you had left to give, you kissed him back. When you broke apart, you had to bite back a moan at the sight before you. She looked sinful, red hair falling into his face, lips swollen and eyes locked onto yours, dark and half-lidded. We don't have to. You just got home, you're tired. IG, you whined, wrapping your arms around his neck to whisper in his ear, I need you. The world blurred as he lifted you up, your legs locking around him on instinct as he carried you to the bed. A moment later, you were dropped onto the soft mattress, feeling a dip as IG settled over you. A familiar shyness tinged lust set in as he hovered above you. He was just so big. He was caging you in without even trying. He was that much larger than you. Your breath hitched as he bent close to kiss your neck, looking anywhere but at him, something that didn't escape his notice. "Where'd you go, pretty girl?" "Eyes on me." His voice left no room for disobedience, and you complied, keeping your eyes on him as he asked, "There you are. Now tell me what's going on in that head under yours." "I like being under you." IG smirked, his sharp teeth on full display. "Oh yeah, what do you like about it? Use your words for me, baby." You could tell how much he was enjoying making you squirm. He knew, of course, the effect he had on you. This was far from the first time your size difference came up in the bed, but he loved making you say it nonetheless. "I like that you're bigger. You make me feel so safe." Your voice cracked at the honesty. He kissed the corner of your mouth. "Always. I'll die before I let you get hurt. You understand me?" He waits until you nod before shaking his hands under your shirt, removing it in one move. Open-mouthed kisses trails down your neck to the valley between your tits. As much as you loved that foreplay, he usually dished it out. You're far too needy right now. He grabbed a fistful of his hair, guiding him lower down. So impatient, he teased. He grabbed hold of your pants and panties and tugged them off before settling between your legs, one thrown over each of his broad shoulders. "Oh, you're soaked. Who got you this wet?" He let out a small whine of embarrassment, hoping he'd get the message to let you off the hook. A sharp sting on your inner thigh had you trying to close your legs around his head, but his grip was too strong to do so. He bit you, and she must have been riled up as you were. He was always so mindful of his sharp teeth. "I asked you a question, didn't I?" "Oh, good girl." He roared at you by licking a broad stroke among your throats, ending with a flick on your clit that sent pleasure shooting through you. He pressed 2 fingers inside you with little struggle, scissoring you open to keep prepped for his cock. He desperately wanted to rock against his face, but with one arm pinning your hips down. You do nothing but take what he gave you. You were close, so close, and Naiji, who knew your body better than you did, could feel it done by the fluttering of your walls, the arch in your back. It was under his heavy gaze you came undone, thighs shaking as he rode through your eye. If you thought you looked sinful before, now he was downright pornographic, evidence of your orgasm glistening on his face, and he licked the remnants of your arousal with his fingers and grinned. He pulled away long enough to remove his clothing while you took the time to unclasp your bra and admire the view that was your boyfriend stripping. He caught your blatant stare and winked as he pulled down his briefs and his hard cock springed free. "You see something you like," he said, crawling back over to kiss you. The taste of you still fresh on his tongue. He could feel his dick press against your thigh, and you grinded against it, earning a delicious groan that spilled into your mouth. "Oh, fuck. Can you ride me, baby? I want to see you fuck on my cock." When you nodded, he wrapped one arm beneath you and rolled, flipping you both over as you were straddling him. Gripping his shoulders, you lined yourself up with him, slowly sinking down around his girth. Naji's cock was like the rest of him, was stupid large, and the stretch was always there when he entered you, but you relished the feeling all the more. A sense of pride bursting inside you when he managed to bottom out. You closed your eyes for a moment, until the uncomfortable burn dissipated, and you were left feeling full, complete with him buried inside of you. When you opened your eyes once more, Aiji was looking at you with the softest expression, one you're familiar with, but that made your face warm nonetheless. He looked at you with nothing but love and awe. The corner of his lips quirked in a small smile. your hands, and IG laced his fingers with yours, helping you balance as you began to bounce. There you go, he grunted. Take what you need. I'm all yours. All yours. This cock belongs to you, pretty girl. The need to mark him as yours bubbled to the surface. You leaned in close. So close you were sharing air, panting in each other's mouths. You moaned, cut off when he buckled up suddenly. Dirty girl, so lewd you drive me crazy. You were grinding your hips against his now, nearly crying from the friction against your clit. Come for me, baby. Come all over your cock. His words were your undoing, tipping you over the edge as your orgasm washed over you. Though you felt boneless after your high, you continued to rock against him. He wants you. He wants to fill you up. She knew everything about you, but you knew him just as well. You knew what words would stoke fire in him, and he knew what words made him lose yourself to him. The feeling of your tight cunt wrapped around him, and sure enough, he shifted anchor to his feet, wrapping his arms around you until your tits were pressed against him. He began to fuck you, and fuck harder, into you hard and fast. The wet smack so loud it made you hide your face in the crook of his neck. I got you, baby. I'm gonna pump you so full of cum you'll be leaking. Is that what you want, huh? You wanna walk around with my cum down your leg, dripping. You could only moan in response, the quick pace turning your brain to mush, and IG seemed to sense it. Oh, did I fuck you dumb, pretty baby? Smack landed on your ass and you yelped. Answer me. Oh, that wasn't hard. Good girls get what they ask for. He bucked up once, and then twice, and 3 times. Liquid heat spilling deep inside of you. You shuddered at the feeling of his softening cock slipping out of you. A mixture of both your cum and dripping onto Eaj. For a moment, you were both quiet, basking in the warmth of each other's presence. He'd pressed a kiss to the top of your head. Oh, I'm gonna get this cleaned up, love. In a minute. I just want to stay like this for a little bit. And together you lay, IG tracing your shapes on your bare back. An eternal greatness for the man beneath you, washing away all the negativity of the months prior. You knew as long as IG was by your side, you would always be okay.